Good evening, everyone. Today's open forum is on vigilance in telecom, forecasting integrity to combat fraud. Our esteemed guest, Mr. Suryash Gautam, who is Assistant Director General Technology Gujarat LSADOT officer from the 2018 batch of Indian Telecommunication Service, currently serving as ADG in Department of Telecommunication, Government of India. His career is marked by a profound enthusiasm for policy research and technology, with a particular focus on disaster management and artificial intelligence. He has certification on governance of AI from the United Nations University, Maastricht Economic and Social Research Institute, Innovation and Technology. Prior to assuming his current role, he contributed significantly to defense and power sector organizations. I welcome you, sir, on behalf of AMA. Our other guest is Mr. Ajay Kothari, ITS, Officer of the Indian Telecommunication Service 2016 batch, currently serving as Assistant Director General Security at the Ahmedabad Field Office of Department of Telecommunication. Previously, he worked as an examiner of patents and designs. I welcome you, sir, on behalf of Ahmedabad Management Association. The third guest is Miss Namisha Zaveri, DGM, Legal Regulatory, MS Bharti Ltd Limited, is a legal regulatory professional with 20 years of experience in providing expert guidance on regulatory compliance and legal matters related to telecom industry. She has a proven track record of delivering exceptional customer service while fostering strong relationship and ensuring seamless customer issues resolution. She is skilled in regulatory affairs and compliance, contract management and negotiation along with the legal research and analysis as well as policy development. She has a customer service experience in with conflict resolution, process correction and recovery. I welcome you, ma'am, on behalf of Ahmedabad Management Association. So now we can start the forum.
Very good evening. First of all, let me take this opportunity to thank Ahmedabad Management Association on behalf of Department of Telecom Government of India to making this event possible. Thank you so much for the organizers. Uh, uh, this event basically is planned uh, for the confluence of vigilance awareness as well as cybersecurity awareness. So we thought that we should share some of the recent advancements, especially in context of telecommunications, cyber fraud, and why vigilance is required in that particular field. Before moving into the topic, let's just take a step back and talk about something else, something much more important than this. The most important relationship, uh, what you feel is much more important than any other relationship. Can anyone answer that? Which relationship you think or you perceive the most important one uh, as of current times? No, no. Personally, personally. Okay, family. Okay, that's great. But why? Why is it so, sir? That's great. That's great. Uh, uh, you just save 10 minutes of my time just by that remark. I was just about to share that still I'll just walk through these couple of slides in a couple of minutes. Uh, as you have just now told that the most important relationship is between me and my mobile phone, you and your mobile phone. But why is it so? Maybe in the movies or maybe in your stories, you might have heard that before the birth of child, if let's suppose there are twins, they are so correlated, they are so connected. Though in movies it was extrapolated, but if you slap one of the twin, the other twin can feel it. So that was the relation, the correlation between two twins, what was projected. Unfortunately or fortunately, not many of you would have human twins here, but through the advancement of telecom also, or through our behavior also, we have definitely made a digital twin here. The twin is so correlated, even much more than the human one. We are tightly binded through this particular twin. And why is it? Because let's take the example of this event only. You people came down here. Mostly you would have heard about this event because of your mobile phones. You would have registered through mobile phone. Some of you might have taken the cab, booked through a mobile phone, and those who have driven their own vehicles, they have taken the help of Google Maps, and they come to here and uh, uh, participating in this discussion. But to perceive it in a different way, phone is not only related is a medium. It has become a corridor to a altogether different world. You are, it is opening as a door to a different activities, different, dimensions, so that you can access and, provide the services both way. To, put things into perspective, through the human evolution, what I personally feel that a lot of organs are there which have lost their utility to some extent. Let's say example of appendix. But what I feel is that there is, through the process of this evolution, human beings have acquired different set of organ, and that is mobile phone. As just now our organizer was mentioning that we cannot live without our mobile phones. There are a lot of surveys that if you tend to push away a mobile phone for less than 15 minutes, people tend to develop anxiety. Yeah, please.
I just want to add, for me, it's become a oxygen tank.
Correct.
If not with me,
Correct.
I feel that I'm without oxygen.
Correct. Absolutely. So since he has already acknowledged that it is just next to oxygen, I have drawn a similar analogy to it. Since if you demarcate the order of preference or order of significance of your organs of the human body, you can definitely put heart at the first, because if it's not beating, you cannot survive. Some will put brain at the second, but what I feel that there is a slight variation, because maybe because we are using mobile phones like this, so heart, mobile, and brain is coming. So your brain will only work because you have nowadays mobile phones. We tend to over incline ourselves toward the mobile phones. Why it is important? Because if we are acknowledging that the mobile phone has become our life, we should treat it as our life or close to life. Because we get up at 6 a.m. and go for a jogging just because to keep our body fit. But we tend to take this entity, this organ of ours, for granted. We are using it, but sometimes we tend to overlook that what it can do and what is possible through it. So this session is to cater that. Another important thing is, let's say some of you would be the drivers and some of you would be the passive travelers, might be taking cabs or coming with some of your relatives. So there are some set of instructions which are required to use that public road. Why? Because it's not because you are a careless driver, it's because the other might be. So to take the precautions, you have to have put on your helmet, your seat belt, so that in case of any eventuality, it will give you some sort of shield, so that their recklessness cannot be translated into your accident. The same scenario is applicable here. We have a digital highway, and we have close to 120 crores of drivers driving. Uh, can we just check that the audio is working? Is it? Okay, no issues. So you know, uh, this digital highway is congested with lot of users, and there might be some who can be so reckless as the drivers you sometimes encounter. So to have a prevention, you should have some set of basic awareness, basic knowledge, so that you cannot fall prey and become victim of any accident. Now let us dive deep into the topic. We are talking here about vigilance in telecommunication. Vigilance, the term is more correlated with corruption. So let us just talk about corruption, and let us just introspect through our that extended human organ, our mobile phone. And though there are a wide length of scholars available who have who can give various length of extensive definition of corruption, but let's just be simple, and a simple Google search will give you this lower definition, which means to describe that any dishonest or immoral behavior or activities corresponds to corruption. So let us just translate this corruption definition to telecommunication context. Yes.
Is it half is coming or it is like that?
It is like that.
Slide is like that.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So there are n number of telecom frauds which are there currently in the society. Let us just talk about few prominent or specific ones. Let us see, before diving into the main topic, let us give. I'll try to give a few examples. Let us say you wanted to buy a mobile phone, and instead of going to your e-commerce website or your authorized vendor, you want to take discount on your mobile phone, and you try to capture the second-hand market, and you go there and you buy a mobile phone from any of the unknown person. What usually tends to do is they try to tweak or deceive you by selling you non-genuine products. What usually happens is that you might receive some calls where any foreigner is calling, but it is showing an Indian number. And the most prominent one is, I hope you might not have, but you would have received any fraud or unsolicited communications, maybe today also, or at least not today, but in the past week. It is correct. We understand your pain. That's why we are here to try to resolve it. So that is a problem which is familiar with everyone. Let us try to take an example and to understand what can be the consequences, since we have already acknowledged that this has become our extended life organ or our life itself. This is the most recent and most unfortunate event which we have seen in past couple of days, where what actually happened was there was a lady in one of the district of Uttar Pradesh, and she was in the mid of the day, she was doing her regular activities, household activities in her home, and suddenly she received a WhatsApp call. And what happened was, in the display picture, someone has put a police uniform, and he called her, and she picked up the call, and he told her that he is calling from so and so law enforcement agency, and her daughter was caught involved in one of the sex racket. So he told that she has to settle it down, or if she don't settle it down, then her daughter will be convicted, and some punishment would be granted to her. She was sitting in her home, and because of this call, she was all scared. The first instinct will be to get in the panic mode. So she called her son, and she was the information was not clear, so he was on the move. he was about to go from the house, or he was traveling. So she called him, and he told that no, there's no need to worry. It usually happens. So don't panic. But what happened was, in meantime, she received multiple calls from that number, so which made her to overthink about the situation. And because of this persistent calls from that foster, she unfortunately got cardiac arrest, which resulted to her death. So since from the level of acknowledgement that mobile phone enables us, empowers us, but the things could go haywire and can escalate to a life-threatening situation also. So that's why awareness is important. But let's take a step back, and you might be much better criminal psychologist than me, but that person would have, that foster would have tried to call multiple people, multiple times. They tend to refine themselves. First time they might have called someone, and people could have understood that he was just joking, so he could have just disconnected the call and ignored that. Some people are aware, but they tend to ignore the things. So they would have ignored the call, and this would have lasted couple more cycles, and then until he found that lady, and she could not understood the situation, and which resulted into this scenario. There are this was a case study, and there are n number of such scenarios.
अरेस्ट कर लिया।
डिजिटल अरेस्ट
डिजिटल अरेस्ट
डिजिटल अरेस्ट फिक्र आपकी मेहनत की कमाई की है।
बेसिकली फोन आते हैं आपके पास,
घबराहट का माहौल क्रिएट करने के लिए वो बताते हैं कि आप एक्यूज्ड हैं और आपको जेल जाना पड़ेगा।
8वीं 9वीं पास साइबर ठगों ने आईपीएस ऑफिसर, सीबीआई अधिकारी और एक जज बनकर एक पढ़ी लिखी महिला डॉक्टर से 2 करोड़ 81 लाख रुपए ठग लिए, लूट लिए।
मुझे व्हाट्सएप पर लेटर्स दिए थे, कोर्ट के नोटिसेस दिखाए थे, कुछ एक रिट टाइप भी दिखाई थी, और सर्विलियंस के 76 पॉइंट्स के सर्विलियंस के रूल्स भेजे थे।
मेरे नाम से कैनरा बैंक में कोई अकाउंट खुला है, जो कि नहीं है। मैंने बॉम्बे से मेरा कोई रिलेशन नहीं है, तो वो अकाउंट खुला है जिसमें 2 करोड़ का मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग का केस है।
पूरा सेटअप था, बांस भी नजर आ रही थी उसमें, है ना 2-3 है ना उन्होंने अपराधी भी बैठा रखे थे, लोग आ जा रहे थे, वर्दियां पहन रखी थी, सब कुछ है ना ऐसा लग रहा था जैसे है ना ओरिजिनल कोई सेटअप हो, ऐसा लग रहा था। उन्होंने बोला कि 3.8 करोड़ रुपीस का आपके ऊपर मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग का केस बनाया जज साहब ने, और है ना 5% आप पैसा देके अपना अरेस्ट बेल ले सकती है, अरेस्ट आपका खत्म हो जाएगा।
देखिए, लोगों को डराया जाता है कि आपके
This was a small clipping to just to get you people aware about the spectrum of innovation fraudsters are exploring, and till now you might have acknowledged the gravity of the situation. Let us transform that gravity into some statistics and equation, and you will definitely acknowledge that in past couple of years the transformation of digital era has amplified much more, and because of that unfortunately the cyber fraud has been multifolded. Close to 20 times in past 10 to 12 years the cyber fraud, telecom fraud has increased. Another specific thing which is being encountered day by day is the market of mobile phones theft. Maybe not in Gujarat or Ahmedabad, it may seem so prominent, but in other states it's quite frequent. And if you might be surprised to know that as of now, per month, more than 100 crore worth of mobile phones are being stolen or lost. That's a huge number, and the number accounts to close to 50,000 devices per month are being lost or stolen. Another interesting thing I'd like to share here is another different kind of telecom fraud which is currently being happening is based on the age group, I can expect that few mostly majority of you would have children, and what currently fraudsters are doing, we tend to through that gateway we tend to upload our information over the internet. Once it's there, you cannot actually remove it, even though you delete it, but it's always there. So since you have through that gateway you have uploaded something and it's there, what fraudster tend to use is they tend to use your child's video or his or her audio, and based on that they train their AI, their voice models, and they tend to call you to deceive you that your child is in their possession and they require so and so money, so and so favor from you. Usually that is also such a bond between parents and children that you cannot easily be deceived. First stance would be to come in the panic mode, and you tend to do whatever they are asking for. For that context, McAfee has done a survey, and where they have identified a group of individuals who have participated in the survey. And what they have done is they have generated two set of calls. In one set, the humans were communicating with the people, and other one AI was communicating. And close to 83% people could not recognize between if the AI is talking to them or a human is talking to them. So people don't have that awareness that it can also happen. So through this forum, I can also urge you all to enable two-factor authentication between calls also. I hope you all would have heard about the history of two-factor authentication. When, according to me, the history goes back to Ramayana, when Lord Hanuman went to Lanka to meet Ma Sita. They both have not met till now, and Lord Ram has given his ring to show it to her that he was his diplomatic partner, and they want to have established a communication between. And again, Ma Sita sent her bangle to Lord Rama to communicate that the communication was two-way and it was highly secure and integral, right? So I should also urge you all to enable this with your near and dear ones, with your loved ones, so that people cannot deceive you in this approach also. Since till now we have acknowledged that a lot of things are happening. Now I'd like to share that what government is doing, because we also know about this grieving situation which you are encountering day by day, and a lot of things have been done proactively by Government of India. There are various agencies involving in the regulation and in the licensing of telecommunication, be it TRAI, be it Department of Telecom. Department of Telecom has established a dedicated digital intelligence unit, especially to counter and to curb this menace of telecom fraud. The details would be covered by the next speaker, but one specific thing which I'd like to share here, there is a whistleblowing mechanism. Till now we have seen that through that case study also, that lady has received a call. Some of the other individuals would also have received the call. You people also on day-to-day basis receive call, fraud messages, suspected fraud communication. To counter or to curb all this, the Government of India has notified Sanchar Sathi. Since we have created an analogy that that mobile phone is your extended organ, if it is your organ, Sanchar Sathi is the doctor. Be it any disease related to telecom, whether it has been theft, stolen, or on your name some other numbers are working, if you are receiving some fraudulent communication, suspected fraud communication, Sanchar Sathi is the one-stop solution. You can counter, curb, and report everything here. The most important thing which we are dealing day to day is the suspected fraud communication. You will receive a call from XYZ bank that I'm calling from so and so, and you need to download this APK file, upload your PAN card so that I can enable your transaction. Your debit or credit card is going to block. And other such instances are, I'm offering a part-time job offer to you. You just need to deposit this much money to us, and then we'll give you a permanent job. So a lot of such communications you might be receiving on day to day. This is the platform where you can report it. This is just a small step which you can do to fostering the culture of integrity and to step up to reduce the telecom frauds. Let us just look at the simple steps which you can follow to report such suspected fraud communication on the Sanchar Sathi portal, and what are the things which are required on your end to report this.
Stop fraud with Chakshu. Getting strange calls, texts, or WhatsApp messages. Feeling scammed by KYC scams, fake job offers, or impersonation. Now you can report all of that with Chakshu on Sanchar Sathi. Report fraud in 6 easy steps. Visit sancharsathi.gov.in. Click on Citizen Services. Select Chakshu. Choose medium and category. Add details. Verify mobile and click Submit. Your report helps prevent cyber crimes and financial frauds. Stay vigilant and protect yourself with Chakshu. Visit sancharsathi.gov.in now.
It is a very simple 6-step process. Yes. Soon app is also under development. Soon you can also access this interface through app also. Yes. Yes. We'll take appropriate necessary action to either there is a set of process which we follow, and then ultimately if nothing comes out properly, then that number will get blocked. Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Response आता है.
अच्छा.
We have, what the telecom operator, whatever. पहले तो मैसेज ये आ जाता है कि this belongs to some other telecom. जैसे एयरटेल वालों को कंप्लेंट किया, एयरटेल का सबसे ज़्यादा, sorry to say, एयरटेल का सबसे ज़्यादा कंप्लेंट आता है. लेकिन वो क्या बोलते हैं कि ये जियो का है या वोडाफोन का. We have sent. Then after 1 week we get a message from Airtel that अभी तक हमको कोई response आया.
Okay.
After 15 days you get a message that we have warned that operator and we have restricted their call to 20 calls per day.
Okay.
By that time वो तो
Correct.
fraud करके भाग गया.
Though it is it is a prevalent thing, but this portal is over and above everything. It is network operator agnostic portal, and the actions are taken very swiftly, and it is an end-to-end complete digital by design process. What you have to do is, suppose you have received a fraudulent communication over SMS or WhatsApp, so you can just take a screenshot, upload that photo here. It will autofill the content. You just have to check that whether it has autofilled correctly or not. You just have to fill the time at which that communication was received, and then a number OTP will be sent to that particular number, so that to verify that you are reporting the correct thing or not, and then it gets submitted. And based on certain set of instructions which we have evolved, we'll take appropriate necessary action in very less span of time. So that is there, and we hope that you use this portal, because more things get reported, it will curb the situation in a better and timely manner. No, there is human in the loop. It is not end-to-end AI, but yeah, AI is there to facilitate the things. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, it works pan-India. Here to talk about the efficacy of the things. This portal was launched close to 1.5 years back only, and in such less span of time, we have some significant numbers to share with you. More than there are certain requests that this number do not belong to me, it belongs to someone else, but it is registered on my name. So close to 1 crore such request has been processed successfully. Close to 21 lakh phones have been blocked successfully, which were reported stolen or lost. And out of those 12 lakhs, such handsets were traced successfully. And specifically in context of suspected fraud communication, close to 1.14 lakhs requests were processed, and 92,000 connections were disconnected based on the request which we have received from you people. I hope you people would have seen this movie, but if not, at this juncture, the actor was saying, "Jab tak todenge nahi, tab tak chhodenge nahi," and that is Sanchar Sathi for you. We are here to curb the telecom fraud completely, and through this forum, I'll urge you that to please treat this particular thing as your duty. We acknowledge that some individuals are more aware than other, and they tend to, do not fall prey into such things, and they sometimes tend to ignore the things. But because of your ignorance, it can escalate to life-threatening scenarios also. So please just take 1 minute of your time, and if you receive any such thing, please just do report that, because we are here to take care of everything after your report. So I again urge you to consider this as your duty and just report if you receive anything. Thank you so much. That's all from my side. Now Ajay sir will take from here. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, we can discuss it at the last. Thank you.
Ajay Kothari, ADG Security from Hello. Good evening to one and all. I am Ajay Kothari, ADG Security from Gujarat LSA DOT. It's my honor and privilege to have presentation in front of you, and I am very thankful for this opportunity. So Mr. Suryash, my colleague Mr. Suryash has explained about digital arrest and Chakshu portal. It's really helpful for us. Now I will discuss about latest cyber awareness, cyber hygiene, and more detail about Sanchar Sathi portal. There are basically 6 modules in the Sanchar Sathi portal, and we will take care one by one. So before starting the main presentation, I would like your kind attention on these 3 golden points. First is all system and person are vulnerable. Never assume that we are perfect. I am a DOT officer, I will never get duped. Everyone in the world get duped, every system get be compromised. So first assume that then only we can increase the scope of security. Second thing is internet never forgets. Whenever we post anything online or we share our credit card details, anything, just think twice before posting anything. Even if you delete your post, then also there are various tools by which they can retrieve the information. So whenever you post online, always think twice. And third is nothing is free. You all know in today's world, no one give you anything in the free. We surf in the Google, we saw the ad, that's why he earns the money. Just try to understand the intention behind this. If anything is giving free, what is his intention? In the market, there are many antivirus which are free of cost, but they may steal our information. So these are the 3 golden points we should remember while we are on the computer or doing anything online. Then I would like to discuss some of the very basic and trivial frauds. I must show you all are very much aware about this fraud, but I would like to discuss about the psychology of the victim. This is the example of lottery fraud. कि आपके पास एक मैसेज आता है कि आपकी लॉटरी लग गई है, तो विक्टिम जो होता है, सिटीजन होता है, वो ओवर एक्साइट हो जाता है, या आई गॉट द बेनिफिट ऑफ 1 crore rupees, then fraudster asks for some token money. In the over excitement, victims give the money. So here the main psychology is over excitement. अगर विक्टिम ओवर एक्साइट हो गया तो वो ज़्यादा सोच नहीं पाएगा और वो गलती कर सकता है और वो अमाउंट ट्रांसलेट कर सकता है. Second is credit and debit card call. I am sure you all have received the call that your credit card, debit card will be blocked or your connection will be blocked. So victim in this become worried and get scared and gives our personal information. So citizen knows this all thing, but when he becomes overexcited or get scared, he do mistakes. Same is virus attack or juice jacking. We often use charging ports at the airport, at the bus station or railway station. There may be some compromised charging port from which fraudster inject the virus in the system. So whenever it is not required, it is not advisable to use this charging port. Then this is the case of digital arrest. Suryash has already explained. I would like to highlight one point that CBI officials, office, police and court judges will never contact you for arrest via call or video call. This is the highlight point. Then online sell fraud. We all know this, do not scan any QR code to receive the payment. Everybody knows this thing. Still, most of the frauds happen due to this only. In our excitement or scare, we scan the payment, we scan the QR code for receiving the payment. Then there is one service of Aadhaar, Aadhaar authentication history. It's a really very useful service. It shows where your Aadhaar authentication has done, for which purpose it was done. हम सुबह अटेंडेंस के लिए बायोमेट्रिक लगाते हैं. That data also comes to that history. And there is also one feature to lock and unlock the Aadhaar. अगर आप दिल्ली, अगर कोई दिल्ली जिसका अटेंडेंस का या बायोमेट्रिक का यूज़ नहीं होता है, तो फिर वो अपना आधार हिस्ट्री लॉक कर सकता है ताकि उसका कोई मिसयूज़ ना हो. Then this is the case where we receive some citizen or some victim receives the message with the proper SMS header ICCRD. If the citizen don't have this credit card, then he will not get the reward. So if even if citizen have the credit card of ICCI, he may check this link in the virus total output. It basically scan this link across all the major 91 antivirus, and it will show it is malicious link or it is active link. So it will help to judge to click it or not. Then these are the do's and don'ts we everyone know, so I am skipping this. Then reporting the cyber crime. अगर किसी के साथ साइबर क्राइम हो जाता है, then first and most important thing is report in the MHA portal cybercrime.gov.in with the help of helpline number 1930. अगर आप सही टाइम पे आपके साथ फ्रॉड होने के सही टाइम पे इसको रिपोर्ट कर देंगे, so there are better chances to freeze the bank account. Then second step is to lodge your complaint to nearest police station, specifically cyber police station, or also intimate to the bank. Now come to Sanchar Sathi portal. It's as Surya has already explained, it's a citizen-centric portal developed by Department of Telecommunication. Its main motive is to empower mobile subscriber, strengthen their security, and increase awareness about citizen-centric initiative. In this Sanchar Sathi module, there are the 6 modules. First is TEFCOP, CEIR, Chakshu, IMI verification, KYI, and Liquin. We will go one by one. This is the web page of the Sanchar Sathi portal. You just go by login www.sancharsathi.gov.in. Now first is TEFCOP, Telecom Analyst for Fraud Management and Communication Protection. Does in this audience anyone knows how many connections are running in your name? Or anyone surely says कि मेरे नाम पे आज 5 कनेक्शन चल रहे हैं, 4 कनेक्शन चल रहे हैं? Nobody knows, क्योंकि आपके नाम पे कोई इलीगल कनेक्शन चल भी रहा हो तो आपको वो नॉलेज में नहीं होगा. So by using this TEFCOP, you can check number of mobile connection are taken with your name. We just put your mobile number, and OTP will come, and it will show how much connections are running in your name. Then second point, if connection is not belongs to you, or connection belongs to you but not required, then you can flag the number. This number is not belongs to me or not required by me. Then after re-verification, the number will get disconnected. So this is the simple, very simple procedure. First, you have to go to Sanchar Sathi portal. In the Sanchar Sathi web portal, you have to log in. You have to click on module TEFCOP. You have to just put mobile number, captcha and OTP. That's all. After giving the detail, you will get, suppose for this case, 4 mobile numbers are running with his name. And suppose 4th number is not taken by me. So I can simply take it is not my number. Then after re-verification by that service provider, that number will get disconnected. Obviously the number not belongs to you will be used in the cybercrime activity or any illegal activity. So in this way we can curb the resources used by cybercrime. We can minimize the resource used by cyber criminals or any criminal. Then second is a CEIR portal. This is the second module within the Sanchar Sathi, in which you have to report, in which there are the 4 features. First, report, blocking, tracing and recovery of stolen and lost mobile handset. अगर किसी का मोबाइल चोरी हो जाता है या गुम जाता है तो इजी स्टेप्स में वो उसमें रिपोर्ट कर सकता है. ब्लॉक, ट्रेसिंग और रिकवरी सभी की फैसिलिटी है. सिटीजन इन द गुजरात कैसे रिपोर्ट करेगा? फर्स्ट, थ्रू संचार साथी पोर्टल ही कैन रिपोर्ट. सेकंड, we have also integrated the CIR portal with the citizen portal of a Gujarat police. So from the citizen portal of Gujarat police also he can lodge a report complaint कि मेरा मोबाइल चोरी हो गया, गुम गया. एंड थर्ड इज, जितने पुलिस स्टेशन है गुजरात में उन सब में हमने पुलिस जो ऑफिसर्स हैं उनके हमने संचार साथी के CIR मॉड्यूल में क्रेडेंशियल्स क्रिएट किए, तो आप उनके क्रेडेंशियल से भी आप रिपोर्ट कर सकते हो. दिस इज द वेब पेज ऑफ द सिटीजन पोर्टल एंड देयर इज अ वन स्पेशल आइकन, ब्लॉक एंड अनब्लॉक लॉस्ट मोबाइल. दिस इज अ सिंपल फॉर्म फॉर ब्लॉकिंग. नाउ व्हाट्स द ओवरऑल प्रोसेस? First, the citizen raises the request in CIR portal through any 3 medium. Then after, there is a due validation by the DOT. It's an algorithm running behind, automated algorithm. Then after validation, mobile gets blocked within 24 hours. There is no human intervention. Once a citizen raises the report, then validation, and within 24 hours, mobiles get blocked. Means in India no one can use this mobile. Then case forwarded to police station, and if some fraudster or some people insert the SIM card in that mobile, then traceability report will generate. The traceability report will visible to login credentials of police station, and with the help of traceability report, mobile get unblocked and given to citizens. So second resource of cyber fraudster is mobile. They use this type of mobile to do illegal activity so that they can't be traced with the help of IMEI. So this is the data of CEIR as on 13 September. In Gujarat, as of now 48,000 mobiles get blocked with the help of CEIR, and 7,498 mobiles recovered and given to citizen. And for pan India, its mobile numbers blocked are 21,38,000 and mobile recovered are 2,36,000. Then Chakshu, it has already been discussed. It is a facility to report suspected fraud communication. Then fourth module is IMEI verification. Suppose you are purchasing new mobile or second hand mobile. First, it is advisable to check the IMEI in this portal. So it will show the blacklist or some. Suppose for this IMEI it is showing blacklisted. Means this mobile number is either blacklisted by service provider or manufacturer or telecom department. For new duplicate mobiles, second hand mobiles. Right. And if IMEI is valid, then it will show IMEI is valid, brand name, manufacturer, and all it will show. Fifth module is Requeen. It basically facilitates citizens to report incoming international call received with Indian numbers. So if we receive this input from the citizen, then we take action accordingly. And last is know your ISP. How many ISP are running at your PIN code? You will know about this KYI process. For example, this PIN code, these 5 ISP are running, so it will show this. Then now action taken by DOT. So 1.77 crore mobile numbers are already disconnected by telecom department in fake and false documents. Then 33 lakh disconnection of mobile connections and blocking of 49,000 mobile handsets which are used in cyber criminals and hotspots. Then 76 lakh mobile connection exceeding the prescribed limit for an individual have been disconnected. So as per Telecom Act, हर सिटीजन केवल 9 ही मोबाइल नंबर यूज़ कर सकता है. अगर 9 से ज़्यादा मोबाइल नंबर यूज़ करता है वो एज़ पर टेलीकॉम एक्ट अलाउ नहीं है. अगर इस टाइप के केसेस आते हैं तो फिर वो डिस्कनेक्ट होते हैं. देन पैन इंडिया ब्लॉकिंग ऑफ 2.29 लाख मोबाइल फ़ोन इन्वॉल्व इन साइबर क्राइम. So these are the actions taken by DOT. Then further on SMS header, 32,000 SMS headers, 2 lakh SMS templates involved in sending malicious SMS. About 11 lakh accounts have been frozen by the banks, and also 11 lakh WhatsApp profile accounts have been disengaged by WhatsApp, which are linked with fake or false documents. These are some of the actions taken by DOT to curb cybercrime. Thank you very much for patiently listening. If you have any question, we can take in the last. Thank you.
ઓકે ગુડ ઇવનિંગ એવરીવન. ઓકે આપણે ગુજરાતી હિન્દી અને ઇંગ્લિશ કમ્ફર્ટેબલ છે? ઓકે. So the sessions which has been taken by the previous speakers was excellent, which made us aware about what DOT is doing for curbing the menace of crime, cybercrime, which is happening through telecom. Yeah. So now we'll see how Consumer Protection Act has come around. Okay. So the agenda would be the features of the act, who's the consumer, what are the rights defined into it. With the new e-commerce era, we have incorporated the e-commerce protections of consumers, the 3-tier layer of consumer redressal. Okay, what is Consumer Protection Act? It promotes the right of consumers and fair trade practices. It empowers the customers with the tool to have proper redressal. The key objective of the act. So what's the key objective of the act? To ensure that the consumer rights are safeguarded, they have addressed their complaints well. Okay. Who are the consumers? Who are the consumers? Okay. Everyone. Okay. Right.
By paying money.
Okay. So can a consumer be a person who sells the good to after buying, or maybe a reseller? Can he be the consumer?
Only the end user.
Yeah, correct. So the consumer who buys the goods for the self-consumptions, correct? He's paid amount to it. That's a consideration amount which is made. Could be a partly paid, or deemed to be paid later, promised to pay later. Yeah, those are the consumers. So the act has some changes in it, in the definitions, okay? So the purchase online have now classified as a consumers. The goods which have been included, has included foods, the norms which are been in the food and safety standards. They have included the food online delivery portals as well with the new era of food delivery. Services, yeah, the services Telecom has now been included in the part of that. It's come in the ambit of Consumer Protection Act. Definition of unfair trade practices. So if you see there were ads which were being going around, you don't know the authenticity of the products. So endorsers also now come into the ambit of it. So if an endorser is doing an endorsement of an advertisement and it's found that it was not right, they also are come into the ambit of this Protection Act. So what are the rights of consumers? The rights of consumers are to be for safety, to be informed, to choose, to be heard, to seek redressals, and obviously consumer awareness. So with the era of what we said is e-commerce, what are the e-commerce website enabled to make sure that the consumers are safe? They have to have the details of sellers. They have to have terms and conditions like refund, return, details of the products. Platforms shall also have to ensure that there is a fair trade practices, correct? And the most very important factor is that they has to be addressed. So every e-commerce platform has to have a detail of a consumer redressal officer. With this new act which came into force in 2019, there was one product liability which also concept has incorporated. What is that? Okay, so you have seen that there is a liability towards the manufacturers and the producers of producing goods. They have to ensure certain things. The consumer does not get a defected product. They have to have certain guidelines that needs to be followed while manufacturing the product. So what is that? Manufacturing defect, they have to ensure that it is not there. Design defects, deviations in any manufacturing specification non-conforming to the expressive warranty, failing to contain adequate instructions of correct use. That also is now in the ambit of product liability for the manufacturers. Product liability from service provider's point of view. Okay, who are they? If the service provider was faulty, imperfect, deficient or inadequate in quality, nature, and also prevailing by the laws, has to ensure that they give the product service to the customer which is from free from defect. Okay, it could be act of omission, commission, and negligence if they are withholding some kind of conscious informations from the consumers. So there are three tiers of consumer redressals. One, it is at district level, the other is at state level, and the topmost is the national level. Okay, these are the pecuniary jurisdictions. So the person who has taken a goods or services which are up to 50 lakhs, which will be addressed at the district level. So consumer can file a case in a district level with a compensation limit till 50 lakhs. State commission from 50 to 2 crores. National commission from above 2 crores. These are the existing guidelines for compensation claims which is there, which tier they will be filed in. What are the timelines for actions? So if a consumer admission of a complaint which is there from the receipt of the complaint will be 21 days. Disposal, if you file a complaint in any of the forums, the disposal where there is no testing involved of a product, it will be disposed within 3 months. If there is a disposal which needs to be done post the testing, it will be 5 months. Same will be if there is an appeal which has been, which we need to go against from district to state. Within the 45 days, you have to, file an appeal. One condition with that is that 50% of the claim amount has to be deposited in the commission. So from the state to national and national to Supreme Court, it is 30 days with the 50% of the commission compensation amount to be deposited. Okay, here there is a appeal against the order passed by the central authorities to state commission. That is 30 days. Okay. This is one new authority which came into existence in 2019 Act, that is Central Consumer Protection Authority. Now this authority has a vast powers which they can inquire, investigate and penalize the manufacturers or the goods. Okay, and also can now also penalize the endorser who is endorsing the false advertisement Earlier that was not there. In this act, it has now come into the provision that the endorser of the advertisement also gets penalized. So now they are being very cautious of doing an advertisement which they don't know the facts of. Okay. Yeah, so you can go to the commission, you can make a complaint which is impacting the mass. So they have the power to recall any defect products as well. So you must have heard some brand has given some fake things they call off. There was one G Motors one of the brand cars which had a defect in the manufacturing of the machine. It was recalled. So now they have the powers to do this. With this, there is a simplified dispute resolution. So it is deemed admissible after 21 days of complaining to the authorities. They have been empowered to force the orders. Earlier, the commissions with this district state did not have the powers to enforce it. Now they have the power to enforce it. Now, even the appeal, which is only by the question of law, can be gone to the second stage. There is very ease of approaching of such complaints. You can now file e-complaints, which was not there. From where you are residing, you can file a complaint. Earlier, if buying a product from a company, so where the company resides, you have to file a complaint there. So it was not possible for a consumer to go to Delhi, file a complaint. Now it is where you reside, you need to file a complaint. Second, there is a video conferencing hearing for all your complaints, which you can attend. Okay, this is another thing which came into existence after 2019 Act, mediation. This is an alternative dispute resolution mechanism when consumers where the complaints have a scope of early resolution can opt condition both the parties agree to the your mediation. Mediation cell also is there with the Consumer Commission. There are empaneled mediators who are listed, and the commission can hire that only. You cannot, there is another condition, no appeal will be going to other authorities if there is a settlement done through mediation. This is the biggest condition which is there for a mediation. So what's there? It has now the empowering consumers for robust mechanism to redressal and promote awareness of consumers. That's the key to this particular consumer protection. Thank you. Jago, Grahak Jago.
Now I would like to thank our esteemed guest and of course our audience. Thank you guest for giving your precious time and knowledge to our audience. I hope your insights will be helpful to our audience. Thank you. Thank you.